Our solar system may seem familiar to us. We look at the sky every night and see the moon, sometimes the planets, and of course, we live on one of those planets ourselves. But the deeper scientists look, the stranger it becomes. Beyond the calm appearance of planets gently orbiting the sun, the solar system is full of bizarre phenomena, unusual worlds, and mysteries that challenge our understanding of how the universe works. Today, we are going to take a journey through 10 of the weirdest and most surprising facts about our cosmic neighborhood, and I promise you, some of them will sound stranger than science fiction. Let's start with our nearest planetary neighbor, Venus. Venus is often called Earth's twin because it's roughly the same size and made of similar materials. If you looked at it in the night sky, it even shines brightly, almost like a sister planet. But that is where the similarities end, because Venus is one of the strangest worlds we know. Unlike Earth, which spins from west to east, Venus spins in the opposite direction. This means that if you were standing on the surface, the sun would rise in the west and set in the east, the exact reverse of what we are used to. Even more bizarre, a day on Venus is longer than its year. It takes 243 Earth days for Venus to spin once on its axis, but only 225 Earth days to complete one orbit around the Sun. That means if you stood on Venus, you would see the Sun rise once every 117 Earth days. Imagine waiting almost 4 months just to see the Sun move across the sky. It's one of the strangest timescales in the solar system, and it shows how alien even our closest neighbors can be. Now let's travel outward to Mars, the red planet, famous for its deserts and dust storms. Mars might look small and quiet, but it holds a record that is truly astonishing. On its surface sits Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano in the entire solar system. Olympus Mons rises about 22 kilometers high, which is almost 3 times the height of Mount Everest. Its base is so wide that if you were standing at the foot of it, you wouldn't even see the peak, because the mountain would curve out of sight along the horizon. This volcano is so massive that it covers an area the size of the entire state of Arizona. Scientists believe it formed billions of years ago, when Mars still had active volcanic activity. Because Mars doesn't have tectonic plates like Earth, lava could keep flowing in the same place for millions of years, piling higher and higher until it created this giant mountain. Even though Olympus Mons has been dormant for a very long time, it remains a reminder that Mars was once far more geologically active than it is today. If we move farther out into the solar system, we come to Jupiter, the largest of all the planets. Jupiter is a world of extremes. Its atmosphere is a swirling mass of storms, and among them lies the most famous storm in the universe, the Great Red Spot. The Great Red Spot is so large that 3 Earths could fit inside it. It has been raging for at least 300 years, possibly much longer. Imagine a hurricane that never ends, one that is larger than our entire planet and has been circling endlessly since before the invention of the telescope. That is what the Great Red Spot is. What's even stranger is that in recent decades, the spot has been shrinking, and scientists are not sure why. Some believe it may eventually disappear, but for now, it continues to swirl like a giant eye staring out from the face of Jupiter, a reminder that our solar system is not a calm and peaceful place, but one filled with titanic forces. Speaking of strange forces, let's move to a fact that sounds almost unbelievable. On the planets Neptune and Uranus, it may literally rain diamonds. Deep inside these ice giants, the pressure is so intense that carbon atoms are squeezed together into crystalline form, creating diamonds that fall through the atmosphere like rain. Imagine a storm where instead of water, glittering diamonds are falling all around you. Scientists believe that over time, entire layers of these planets could be made of solid diamond, created by this bizarre weather. It's one of those facts that makes the universe seem like something out of a fantasy story, but it is real science. While we are still talking about heat and pressure, let's return to Venus for a moment. You might think that the closest planet to the Sun, Mercury, would be the hottest. But that is not the case. Venus, with its thick atmosphere full of carbon dioxide, traps heat through a runaway greenhouse effect. The surface of Venus can reach temperatures of 465 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. Even spacecraft sent there by humans have only survived a few hours before being destroyed by the crushing heat and pressure. So despite being farther from the Sun, Venus is the true hellish world of the solar system, hotter even than Mercury. Saturn, the jewel of the solar system with its beautiful rings, holds its own strange record. If you could place Saturn in a giant bathtub full of water, it would float. This is because Saturn is made mostly of hydrogen and helium, giving it a density lower than that of water. Of course, there is no cosmic bathtub big enough to test this, but the fact remains that Saturn is the only planet in our solar system that would actually float. Let's turn to one of the most intriguing places for life beyond Earth, Europa, one of Jupiter's moons. On the surface, Europa looks like a frozen wasteland, covered in cracked ice. But beneath that icy crust lies a vast ocean of liquid water, kept warm by the tidal forces of Jupiter's gravity. Scientists believe that this hidden ocean may contain more water than all the oceans of Earth combined. And where there is water, there may be life. The idea that beneath Europa's frozen shell, alien creatures could be swimming in the dark is one of the most exciting possibilities in planetary science. Future missions are already being planned to drill through the ice or send probes to explore this hidden ocean, and it could be the place where we finally discover life beyond Earth. Back to Mercury for another strange fact. A single day on Mercury lasts 59 Earth days. That means that from one sunrise to the next, almost 2 months go by. Combined with its thin atmosphere, this creates extreme temperature swings. On the side facing the Sun, Mercury can reach 430 degrees Celsius, while on the dark side, temperatures plunge to 180 degrees Celsius. The contrast between day and night on Mercury is among the most extreme in the solar system. Now let's take a quick trip to the edge of the solar system, to Pluto. Once considered the 9th planet, Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. But during NASA's New Horizons mission in 2015, we got our first close-up look at Pluto's surface, and what scientists found was stunning. Pluto has a massive heart-shaped glacier made of nitrogen ice. This giant feature, called Tombau Regio, stretches more than 1,000 kilometers across and gives Pluto a surprising and even emotional appearance, as if this distant icy world wanted to send us a message of love. Finally, perhaps the strangest fact of all is this: Earth remains the only planet in the solar system where we know life exists. Out of all the bizarre, beautiful, and hostile worlds we have discovered, so far, only Earth is alive. We are surrounded by lifeless deserts, frozen wastelands, stormy gas giants, and fiery infernos, but here on Earth, life thrives in endless forms. This makes our planet not just special, but profoundly rare. And it's a reminder of how precious our home really is. Taken together, these 10 facts show us that our solar system is far from ordinary. Planets that spin backwards, volcanoes taller than anything on Earth, endless storms, rain made of diamonds, oceans hidden under ice, and worlds with heart-shaped glaciers. It is a collection of wonders and mysteries. And the strangest part is that we are only just beginning to understand them. Every new spacecraft, every telescope, every mission reveals something new, something unexpected, something that reminds us the universe is more incredible than we can imagine. So, the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, those points of light are not just distant stars. They are the backdrop to a solar system filled with weird and wonderful secrets, and we are lucky enough to live in the middle of it. The adventure of discovery is far from over, and the universe is waiting for us to keep exploring.